Hey, welcome to Creative Mark's web blogcast. This is the first of many, but I just want to introduce myself. I'm an animation instructor. I specialize in gesture drawing for animation in the entertainment industry, and this will be the first in a series of episodes. So let me first start by talking about how to set up your environment for getting comfortable and being able to use different mediums when you are approaching gesture drawing from a storytelling aspect. There's traditional medium and there's also digital. It's no different. Traditional, you get to lay out your objects and all your information, pens and pencils, different papers and such. Digitally, you should beforehand, if you come, whether it's for a classroom situation or for your own work on the side, what you need to do is you should just go ahead and sort of arrange your brushes in Photoshop. You can do that very easily by deleting and adding your brushes that you want and sort of exporting it out as a brush set. And you can also do it in Painter as well. So first of all, I just want to sort of say hello and give you an introduction to how to set up in order to be efficient while you are experimenting doing gesture drawing. Hey, welcome back. So I just want to start by saying when you're setting up in a situation, whether it's in a studio or in front of a classroom, there are many opportunities to sort of take in and try. This is sort of the obsessive set here, but it's pretty important. First of all, it's important to have both pens and pencils of various kinds. That way you can experiment not only with paper, which we'll talk about, but with different mediums. That way you never know what you're going to get. And one of the most important things to think about when you're doing gesture drawing is to not try to control everything. We all want to do good drawings, but the first and foremost, the most important thing is to have a variety of things in front of you so you can experiment as you go along and sort of have a direction you want to go in, but also let things happen, because usually that's where the best quality of work comes out, when you've found something you can communicate through, communicates through you, but through that medium. So pens and pencils are important. Gouache or watercolor is something, it's something more advanced, but you'll see it is a greater range of opportunities for opaque and transparent things, which might be easier to put in a whole person rather than draw the whole outline. There's different papers. This is sort of a rag paper, watercolor, chipboard, or just board. It gives you a middle value, and that allows you to sort of pull lights out and put darks, so it's a middle value. Pastels, watercolor, there's these art sticks, which are actually Prismacolor pencils, but in block form, important for whacking in the whole side. Different things, pastels, bring your sketchbook, have the opportunity to experiment, different pens, inks, paper. This is no different. Just because you have a model in front of you is no different than going to a coffee shop and sketching. Use different kinds of pens and thicknesses, whether it's a thin line with marker or something dark on it. It's important to, maybe help with line weight and those sort of things. A slew of Prismacolor pencils and markers might be easier to experiment with. Brushes, different types of paper, whether it's pastel paper or maybe art paper, just to experiment with. Pieces of cardboard, chipboard. Anything is a great opportunity to experiment with. A great sort of paper that I've come to enjoy is the rag paper, which is marker paper, but actually takes tonal quality a lot nicer. You can get deeper darks and smudges and stuff like that. And if you sort of see some examples that I'm talking about experimenting with. You can see here that each one of those things that I've spoken about are in front of it. Here's just a simple ebony pencil. It's something that's a really nice tonal value. A lot of layout artists use it here at Disney and other places. Here's a very simple watercolor, marker along with permanent pen. Then the pen allows you to do your sketches, but then lay marker on top of it without smudging or having the line quality change. Here's Prismacolor Pencil, which is great black, darks, and lights for smudging. This is Pastel, which is very similar to the old Disney sketch artist, and you see a lot of the Fantasia artwork was done with the same approach. Again, here's also Pastel that also has Prismacolor Black to get the really deep blacks. This is something Ebony is good at as well. This is Ebony. Here's Ebony Pencil and marker. Ebony Pencil and watercolor. Just simple Prismacolor marker. As far as different papers, this is actually the back of a board. This is chipboard. And it gives you that middle value so you can sort of use your whites to pull out clothing, but also lights to force that in front of the camera. As you go through your gesture drawings, you should be thinking more of, what is closest to camera, not necessarily what's closest on your piece of paper, but what's closest to camera, because you're now a director in that sense. This is something that storyboard artists are really good at, is commanding a presence and telling a story. We must do that with each drawing you do in this type of medium or application. Gesture drawing is something that crosses all boundaries, whether it's concept design, storyboarding, visual development, even character design, environmental clues, background should be included. It's something that works in every field. Gaming, television, feature animation, direct-to-DVD, concept art, magazine work, even graphic design, all that. So as we continue, you can see these are more pastel work. It's an important medium. It's important to get your hands dirty. If you get your hands dirty, you've done a good job. You can be digitally dirty as well. It's a matter of the tooth and the feeling that you're evoking with your medium, but should also tell a story. They go hand in hand. So a lot of times you want to make sure they work together. This is a very simple jelly pen, which is a very black that is a permanent. And again, just a regular pencil or straight watercolor. Dry brush, just save your pens. When your pens are starting to die and you're frustrated with the ability to not get a deep, dark line, don't fight that. Use that to your advantage and save it for later. Something that you can see here is very simple and quick, but rough feel. It's really nice. Other than that, when you set up, I hope you bring a large range of materials in order for you to experiment and try things. Gesture drawing is something that is a fantastic thing that you need no matter what, but it should also allow you the chance to play around and experiment on the side when you don't have a director or art director or producer over your shoulder asking you, when is this going to be done, or can you change this, or what you have to say. So use this ability and use gesture drawing for yourself as well as your craft. And hopefully you'll see you next time. Thanks.